Said Monberg, and in trying to answer your question, my TikTok has crashed. I've done 2 videos, each of them 7 and 8 minutes long. The app crashed. I had lost all my draft. I had to start all over again. So I'm going to try to answer as briefly as possible because editing and everything takes a lot of time. So this is a tasking question. I've been on it now for 2 hours. So your question says, my lady had a menses on the 7th and it stopped on the 11th. We had intercourse on the 15th, but there was a withdrawal method at 10 to 20 to 11 p.m. Then the next morning she took Lydia. Let's take that first part. You want to know if she will be pregnant. So she saw menses on the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It stopped 5 days. You had menses for 5 days. Then on the 15th, 1, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is 9 days after you had intercourse. You used withdrawal method. I have several videos that you need to watch with calendars and everything. Withdrawal method does not give 100%. The pre-fluid, that CUM that comes out first before you feel that you're actually ejaculating, contains sperm cells and can get the woman pregnant if there was an egg waiting, if she had ovulated during that period. So 15th, the night you used withdrawal method. Then the next morning, which is 16th now, she had Lydia, which is the oral contraceptives by DKT, the post pill. So number 1, if she menstruated on the 7th, this is 7 days after, 8, 9, you should not bother about using the post pill because she should still be in a safe period. Hope that is done. So she shouldn't be getting pregnant. Then you now said on the 22nd, she now had normal bleeding and feeling cramps, and 25th the bleeding stopped. So you've done 7 days, 14 days, 22nd bleeding started again, which is 15 days after. So there's already a problem. It shows that she's having intermenstrual bleeding, which means you are bleeding more than once in a cycle, which shouldn't be. And this one lasted 22nd, 23rd, 3, 4. So it lasted 4 days. Then it stopped. You now said somewhere in the last 2 weeks, so assuming that today is 25th. So somewhere in the last 2 weeks, today is 25th. Somewhere in these last 2 weeks, this is first week after, you now said, she said she missed her period. So she was expecting menses to come. So if she said she had bleeding up to 25th, so that's the week before, if she had bleeding up to 25th, she shouldn't be expecting bleeding again. So 25th, that is 1 week. That is 2 weeks. That is 3 weeks. So you are expecting bleeding to come again 3 weeks after, assuming that is 21 days. You're not asking, you're not saying, okay, she tested negative when you did the test. And your question is, will she test positive based on your story or negative based on your story if she is to check again? So number 1, the story is faulty, or the story shows that there's a problem with her menstrual cycle. If she has a 28-day cycle, she should check with an app or with her calendar, however she checks her period. If she has a 28-day cycle, that means when she saw the bleeding, let's go back to the 7th. Let's even go back to the 7th. 28 days means 1. This is going to be 7 days. This is going to be 14 days. This is going to be 21 days. This is going to be 28 days. So she should be seeing her period on the 5th of May. Assuming that she knows her cycle is a 28-day cycle. So 28-day cycle is the average for most people. It can be 21 days. It can be 35 days. So if she is having 28-day cycle, so she should see her period on the 5th of May. Not that time she was looking for it on that 2 weeks ago, that is 14th. So she'll be seeing the menses again on the 5th of May, assuming it's a 28-day cycle. Now, I said it, and the other videos too, that I've done, your ovulation occurs 14 days before your next menses. So if she's seen her period on the 5th of May, she should have ovulated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. She should have ovulated on the 14th of April. On the 21st, of April, that's 14 days before. And we say avoid intercourse in that week. That is 5 days before your ovulation and about 3 days after. Because that is where you can likely get pregnant. Why do we say so? Because your sperm can survive up to 5 days, 3 to 5 days. So let's count 5 days before. Let's include this one. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So from the 17th, in fact, on the 16th, you should avoid having intercourse with her because you're expecting that she will drop the egg on the 21st and your sperm will still be alive. And the egg survives 12 to 36 hours in rare cases. So the same day, 24 hours after, a day and a half. So 2 days after, between 17th and 23rd, you should avoid intercourse if you're not planning to get pregnant. But now, you said she had menses on the 7th. So if she ovulated on the 21st, and you guys had intercourse on the 15th, it's already close to the window period. But still, if she was pregnant, you shouldn't have had that menses on the 22nd. And if she had menses on the 7th, like I said before, it's not normal for her to have menses on the 2nd. So you can see that if you count 14 days back from 22nd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You see, it's not possible for her to ovulate where she was having menses already. So menses started on the 7th. So there's something wrong with the cycle. You need to go and see the doctor. She should know her cycle date because that is the thing that is missing in this thing you've explained. What is her cycle length? What was her cycle length before you noticed this irregularity? And has it always been regular? Go and see the doctor. They will explain all these things for you. Then you now said, question 2. Question 2, you said, will her menses come again? Of course, the menses will come again. But let her know when it will come from her calculation. After the 11th of April 2026, end of period, which date could have been her danger day for? So I've explained using the previous date. 11th could not have been ovulation. So if she ended period on the 11th, your safe period should be around ovulation. So you need to know when she ovulates. And you cannot know when she ovulates unless you know when the cycle length is, because your ovulation is 14 days before the next period. So let her do that calculation and let her check. I hope it's clear. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.